Hi everybody, I'm back again. It is Wednesday and that means it is WIP Wednesday. And you know, part of me said, why are you even going to do this week? Because I just don't feel like I got very much done this week. Yeah, I just, sometimes you just lose your mojo for stuff. And while I did do a little bit of stuff every week, every day, I just didn't really get drawn into any one particular project. I was wanting to see how this thing looked, and then I would frog it out, and then I would get a different idea and I'd start something and then I would frog it out. I have spent this week just frogging away, and will maybe even frog some of the things that I'm going to show you today because I'm still just kind of playing around. Sometimes it takes time, especially with like a new yarn. You have this great idea and then you start making it and then you're just, this doesn't look good. You're like, this would look better in crochet, or vice versa. This would look better knit, or I think this would look really good in Tunisian. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing. But I figure I will at least show you what I have done. Now, this isn't all the WIPs I have. This is the WIPs that I have worked on since last Wednesday's WIP video. So there are a few things that are finished, and those will be on Friday's video for my Friday FO. So maybe some of these other things will join it, but for now we'll just start with this. This I probably worked on the most because it's just something that I enjoy doing. I love making shawls. Uh-oh, kitty cats. I love making shawls. I make a lot of shawls because now that I figured out how I like wearing them, they're just very comforting to me to make. So this is just a moss stitch triangular shawl. It's, I don't even know if we're halfway through this cake yet. This is one of the mandala, man, it looks like it's been through it too. The mandala bonus bundle cakes. And this is the colorway Yeti. So we are just now starting on the gray, so we've got to go all the way through the brown and then into the white and then back into the yellow tones, which is where we started with this bad boy. As I was saying, since I started wearing my shawls the way that I like to wear them, which I can kind of give you guys a teeny bit of a demonstration. I make them very large, because I like them to have plenty of room, because what I do is I take both of these wings and this looks silly right now because it's nowhere close to big enough, but I wrap them around and I bring them behind my waist and I tie them. And then you get something that looks like a really super cute little top. I usually make them very lacy with number 1 or number 2 weight yarn. But I wanted to go on and make this one more solid with the moss stitch, and this is a 3 weight, being the mandala, just to have something a little beefier for winter. My triangle shawls are just way too large to really wear, and I guess right now it would probably work for like this type of a thing. If you like that, I would stop now if that's what I wanted, but that's not what I want. I want to wrap it all around. I want something big and cozy and cushy for this winter, so, or fall, or whenever. So we will continue on. I intend to use this entire cake, and I think that these are, how many yards are these? Yeah, 1,181 yards, which is 1,080 meters. So I will use the whole thing of that. What else? Well, this, if you saw my video the other day, you'll know that I started on this, and that's all I ended up doing for that. I can finish this. I'll just intend to finish this by Friday. But this is the little start that I showed you guys of a bandana for my hair. So I'll get that finished. But after I did the tutorial, I was on to messing around with other things. Something else I cast on in anticipation of Saturday's video, and then I remembered that I will not be able to do this yet because we are having work done on our house, and they're supposed to be here at 6 a.m. to get real loud and put a new roof on our house. But I did go on and cast on. This will be my number 2, my second words hard Saturday shrug. So it's cast on. This is the Saturday shrug by Jackie Rose from Caddy Jack's Knits. This is a free pattern that she has listed up on Ravelry. I know that's where I got mine from. There's several versions. There's a Friday shrug, a Saturday shrug, and a Sunday shrug. This is the regular Saturday version. There's actually a DK Saturday version too, but this is made with bulky yarn. The first one I did was DK, and it is a beautiful, stretchy, just 1x1 rib tube that when it is done and you put it on and you pull it down, it's like a hug. It's a shrug hug. It's so cozy. When I do my Friday video, I'll show you guys the one that I did complete because I cannot wait to wear it. I can't wear it now. It's just too darned hot. But come fall, I'll be wearing that one, and come winter, I'll definitely be wearing this one because this one's super thick and squishy, and it's got all the goodness. And the yarn that I chose to use for this is the I Love This Chunky yarn. And this color, it is a number 5 bulky. This colorway is called, oops, I saw it, Safari Trek. I don't know why. It's berries, like a red berry color with some grays and dark grays, light grays, a little bit of browns and blacks running through. But it's really, I think it'll be really pretty and really nice for this winter. I'm looking forward to wearing that. So, but yeah, so on Saturdays I wanted to do the Saturday Shrug Club. That was a hashtag that Jackie Rose had came up with for anybody that was working on her her shrugs. So I thought, you know, that'd be a fun installment as part of my channel because I intend to always have a shrug on my needles. I thought, well, we can just do this Saturday Shrug Club every Saturday, but we won't be doing it this Saturday because racket. Lots and lots of racket. Okay, so if you guys watched my ice yarn haul, you would have seen that this yarn right here, which is an Ice Yarns, it is the Magic Light. This is the one that I thought looked like a cottage garden or something. I don't know, it's so pretty. And I have been playing with it. The first thing that I did was I started out with a moss stitch chevron scarf. This is where I started. And it looks cute. I wanted it to be like more of like a wrap, so I made it pretty wide. So like a super scarf or a wrap. That looks, boy, on the camera, I like it more again. I just can't decide what I want to do because, you know, this one has, the color changes aren't like just solid color changes. It kind of splotches in and out of some of the colors. Like the pink and white kind of splotches a little bit, and then the green and yellow kind of does a little splotchy thing. Anyways, that actually looks really cute now that I'm seeing it on camera. Anyways, I started it, I got this much done, and then I was like, I don't know if I like this. And my thought too was that when I completed it, I could put little tassels on the points on each end. Anyway, so then I thought, you know what, I want to see how this looks knit. Maybe I will like it better if it's knit. And then I was thinking about what I started a ribbed knit scarf or wrap or whatever, and I just didn't like the garter look. I didn't like the pearls stitches. So then I was like, okay, well, let's do stockinette. But as you know, with just a flat stockinette, you can't just do flat stockinette. It's going to curl, it's going to roll. unless you do borders and edges, and it's only gonna look good on one side. I mean, I like purl stitches, but you know, to have the stockinette look, it's only gonna be on the one side. It's gonna take longer because I'm gonna be knitting all one row and then purling all the next row. And so then I decided, you know what if I do a double knit? I'll do double knitting, and if you guys don't know what double knitting is, I was actually thinking about doing a tutorial on double knitting. But double knitting is basically where you are knitting a tube, which normally you would have to knit in the round to have a stockinette tube. But with double knitting, you cast on, the bottom is sealed, but you're knitting in a flat panel, but it's double layered. And all you're doing, there is no purling. It is knitting, slipping, knitting, slipping, knitting, slipping. And you get a double thick fabric. And when you bind this off, you can bind off one of two ways. You can do a regular bind off as normally one would, and your bottom would be connected. See, this is actually a tube, a flat tube. Your bottom would be connected just as your top would, and you have a nice squishy double-sided stockinette garment or whatever you're making. Alternatively, you can alternate your stitches when you're you can just put your stitches on 2 needles and bind off the front and bind off the back, and you could have a bag or something that was open inside. You can make cute little square hat beanies. There's a lot of things you can do with double knitting. You can also do, which I've not done this, I just know you can. You can also cast on with 2 different colors of yarn and do basically like intarsia, or I don't know what that color work is called, but where you have like blue on the front and white on the back, and then you could put a white heart in the center of the blue just by switching the yarns that you were working with as you went. But anyways, that's something I have not yet attempted. Oftentimes when I want to do anything that has like pictures or anything like that, my fallback is gonna be mosaic crochet. So I haven't tried anything like this. But anyways, I don't know, guys, what do you think? Do we like the knit, which we haven't even gotten through all the color yet on the knit? And I was just thinking I would probably make this like 9 feet long. It's double thick, it's squishy. Do we like the knit? Or do we prefer the crochet, the moss stitch chevron? I don't know. You guys let me know. You guys tell me down below, which one should I do? Because I'm still indecisive. At any moment, these things could just be completely frogged. Because, you know, I love this yarn. I love it, and I want it to be in the exact right project, because, you know, when you only have 4 skeins of something that you really like, you want to make sure that it's going to be exactly what you want. So that's it, guys. Shameful. Especially when you consider that I have 30 other projects. Every one of these is something new that I started. We didn't even work on, but we did finish. We finished our cardigan, which I'll show you guys that on Friday. So that is something that I did get done since last week's WIP. One finish, and everything else is a new start. Didn't even work on any of the other stuff at all. Anyways, thank you guys for stopping by. I'm excited to say that I have a new tripod coming that will allow me to film overhead so I can do tutorials, because I have quite a few tutorials I wanted to work with you guys, and I just did not want to do them from the front. That's not helpful. I prefer when I'm watching other people's tutorials to see what they're doing, especially if there's going to be some kind of specialty stitches, or when I was learning, obviously I definitely needed to see what they were doing. So anyways, so we'll get that done really soon. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Everyone's been so nice and so kind, and I appreciate those of you that have subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, you know, please go on and do that too, and definitely let me know anything you'd like to see on the channel, or any suggestions that you have. I'm happy to take all into consideration, and definitely let me know. Do we want the moss stitch or do we like the knit for that Ice Yarns project? You guys have a great day. Bye.